Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/Surviving Infidelity, where OP's girlfriend is an OnlyFans girl. Let's begin. Stuck in the pain since D-Day, posted by Reddit user Day Night.
D-Day was in April. I and my now ex-girlfriend had been in a relationship for 3 years and lived together for the last year and a half. In March, she met her affair partner during a brief business trip abroad. They had sex, and after she returned home, my ex and affair partner continued secretly seeing each other for 3 weeks. I felt something was off, but I gave her the benefit of the doubt. However, I could only endure so much gaslighting before I started looking for the real reason things felt different. I found evidence confirming her betrayal, and I kicked her out of the house that night. Since then, she's initiated intermittent calls and texts, most of which were about picking up her belongings. She says she wants to be friends, which is delusional considering how our relationship ended. She also claims affair partner and her are now dating. Maybe she's in an affair fog, who knows? I've had moments of weakness where I consider doing the pick-me dance. Thankfully, my family persuaded me to move on. I deserve better, so reconciliation is off the table. The whole experience has been devastating and I'm having a hard time moving on. Before she cheated, I believed we were building a future together and was all in on us as a couple. I recently had a few sessions with a therapist who said my ex is trying to alleviate her guilt by acting like she still cares about me. He also recommended I give myself space to recognize the loss of all that I had invested in the relationship. I'm trying to be patient with myself, exercise daily, and get out and see friends more. But I'm also sick of constantly feeling in pain and confused. How could someone I loved with my whole heart hurt me in such a cruel way? I can't wrap my head around it. At this point, I think no contact may be the best move, but I'm not sure I'm ready to cut her off completely. Every time I think about her it hurts, but my gut is telling me to preserve what small connection we still have. Even after everything she did, I don't want to say goodbye forever. These strong conflicting feelings of hate and love are really wearing me down. I wish I could get to the point of indifference about my ex, but that feels so far away right now. Advice would be greatly appreciated.
OP, I think you have to slow down and take it one day at a time. Have good friends by your side who will help you through this situation. Dude, I get it. It's a sad situation. Of course it is.
Weakness of any kind completely revolts me.
But keeping her in your life will only prolong and magnify the pain. Sure, she was someone you saw a future with, but that reality never existed in the first place. The faster you can accept that, the better and happier you will become. Good luck. And now for today's second story. My girlfriend cheated on me with an OnlyFans customer. Posted by Reddit user DeLoneCon.
Reposting. Sorry, I just copied and added more to an older post. I tried to format it best I could, but the tears are heavy now. D-Day was April 1st. Girlfriend of 3 years, best friends before dating. She was the sweetest person I've ever met and made me feel loved. She made me believe in myself and gave me so much love that I didn't know how to respond. My fondest memories are of her bandaging and taking care of me after a bad day at the beach. I've never felt love like this. We started OnlyFans together because of financial issues caused by my back, and we blew up very fast.
By the end of this, you are going to be crying like a little bitch.
We had more money than I ever imagined, and I was very proud of her. Over time, she grew distant from me, and I didn't realize it as I turned to alcohol to cope with issues that arose, such as the passing of my father and fear of not being to use my back ever again. She ended up growing attached to someone who spent thousands of dollars on her through OnlyFans. She told me she would never hurt me like my exes, that she never lied to me and cheat behind my back. Well, it happened. I constantly blame myself because of my alcoholism, weight, and my unhealthy coping mechanisms, which I constantly used as an excuse to neglect her needs. I hate myself and never knew what I was doing until it was too late. She just got back home after 6 days out with him and had the audacity to ask me what was wrong when I was minding my own business and being short when she asked me questions. It took a lot of trust to open up a door to a new relationship, as I've been cheated on by every partner I've had. I thought this was the one. I thought we would grow old together. I have to now coexist with my ex-partner as I was in a bad spot and not financially independent. I have nowhere to go as well. She is already moving on as she was cheating. It's extremely painful, and she acts like she doesn't even see me or acts like a stranger when she's here. She leaves for weeks at a time to see her new boyfriend as I'm surrounded by all the memories we have. I was so trusting I never noticed that she was cheating and slipping away. I'm finding it very hard to pick myself up and push forward. I'm trying my best to get out of SAP. She is constantly trying to validate that she didn't cheat or that it's my fault she did. Being cheated on has also made me question myself constantly. I've gained a lot of weight and turned to alcohol to cope with my father's death and a back injury, spinal stenosis. I was at rock bottom and she was the only person I had. I feel betrayed and my problems are my own, but when she had problems, I never gave up on her. She would make jokes about me that now I see were inside jokes with him and her, and I was really dumb to not notice what was happening. Mocked me when I found out she was cheating. Gaslight me, saying it's my fault and that she failed school. I told her my thoughts were becoming suicidal and she mocked me. Told me I'm jealous it wasn't me she's fucking. She tells everyone I am abusive physically and mentally and told me I'm not a man. Said I had sex with her without her consent when we were together the day before she went, and cheated physically, when that's not true at all. I'm not on the lease and should have been years ago, but she never put me on it. No matter how much I asked, she just never got around to doing it. So now I'm threatened to be kicked out if I get upset about the situation. We had our issues, doesn't excuse cheating. I wasn't perfect. I know I wasn't, and maybe we needed the break. Just not like this. This is extremely taxing on me mentally. I finally became financially independent and hoping I can save up enough in a month to get out. It should be easy to move on knowing all this, but it's not, because she was my best friend, and to hear all that, to think that is what she thinks of me, destroys me.
Wow, like a bitch.
And that's what Frieza said.
She also stated he has a degree in psychology, which I find ironic because she's doing the complete opposite of what someone should do if they were being treated. And also quite hilarious because she told me she would never make me feel like I'm not good enough. All those nights I had slept alone, I would do anything to go back and lay with her. Luckily, my back has made a great recovery and I am returning to the gym, and I found a job I enjoy and got a side hobby that makes a little bit of money here and there. Thanks for reading. Update. It's been about 2 months since I've posted last, but I figured I'll update what has happened. Some reason Reddit marked the first post as spam. Not sure how to resolve that. I found a job and started the slow process of moving into another house. I was doing really well with gym, diet, and focusing on my future, but here lately the waves have been much stronger. I have had many sleepless nights for the past 2 weeks, and I find myself so distraught and anxiety-ridden that I call out of work constantly. My job has been extremely understanding and helpful, as they know what I'm going through along with health complications with my brother. I am returning to work tomorrow with a better mindset, but doubt I will get much sleep. She is constantly emailing me and blaming me, asking me to respond, and being upset that I am not helping her pay the bills. She's living in his apartment while leasing this one. That I'm leaving her to drown in bills, and I can't help but think, what a terrible person she is. I told her my brother was dying and she dismissed it quickly and that it was no excuse. This is the same person who comforted me through my father's death and told me to take all the time I needed to heal. She thought it was insane that I only get 3 days to grieve for my father, yet here she is telling me to suck it up for my brother, who is 14 hours away with a chance of dying any day now. I can't help but feel she has some sort of BPD, but that's not my problem anymore. She is a completely different person, and regardless of what I say, I am constantly gaslit, and she tells herself lies about me, us, or how she felt. Tells herself that I never loved her and that I was never there for her. It's such bullshit. Regardless, I didn't want to go into too much depth, and I told her my final piece and went completely no contact. A lot has happened between us, but I don't want to tear the wound open any more than I have writing this. I just needed to let someone know that I'm okay and trying my hardest to see the light at the end of the tunnel. P.S. I have greatly improved when it comes to alcohol and not drinking every day. Maybe once or twice every 2 weeks and very lightly.
The affair partner can help her out. She is his problem now. But she will quickly learn that her new boyfriend only wants her for sex and nothing more. OP. OnlyFans alone would have been a big enough red flag for me. I mean, she's getting showered with attention and empty promises and is constantly being told to make intimacy transactional. Look man, you mentioned in your original post that you both started the OnlyFans and that you've been cheated on by all of your previous relationships as well. OP, I can't stress this enough. You need to see a therapist, fast. You need to figure out why you keep choosing these types of women. Look man, I truly wish you the best.
Unfortunately, it's overshadowed by all this unyielding rage!
I hope you learned your lesson, but I kinda doubt it. Hopefully I'm wrong. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.